road trip by myself. This may be the first one, actually. I'm not really sure if this is my first road trip by myself or not. I've taken a lot of small trips where I just kind of went places for no reason, but I think this is going to be my first road trip where I just have no destination, nothing. I get on a highway, I just see where I end up, and I make a memory out of it. And then one day, when my kids are growing and they're about age 15 or 16, I'll be like, all right, so one thing I want you to do is I want you to be adventurous. I want you to see the world. I want you to actually explore your surroundings. And there's no better time than this, because I mean, if you have the ability to travel and you don't, then what are you doing? You have all this potential around you that you can do something with, but you choose to go through the mundane, autonomous daily activities that just keep you so shallow-minded. You can't even dig deeper. You can't find like your inner self if you cannot get outside of yourself. And it's just crazy, and I'm excited because for me, one of the reasons I'm taking this trip is because I need to have peace and clarity over what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, not only as an adult man, but also as a son of God. I got to find out what it is I'm doing here and what it is that He's trying to ask me to do in my life right now as a calling. Because I've got tons of options. There's always so many options available. There's always so many chances and choices you can take. But you've got to know what the right one is, because you could choose a path that you don't want to be on 10 years from now. You could go down a road that you don't want to turn around on, but you also don't want to go forward on it. And that's dangerous, because you do only have one life. I hate the YOLO, but you really do only have one life on this earth. You've got an afterlife, and that's awesome. If you do, and if you found Jesus, that's awesome. You've done something that majority of people need to do. They don't understand yet, that they can have a personal relationship with their Christ. And but the biggest thing is you've got to be able to step out of that comfort zone and step out of that isolation that Satan wants you to be in, and realize that if you can get out and you can immerse yourself in God's glory and His nature and His beauty, if you can get outside of that area that you're so used to, you can find the answers that you've been looking for all around you in God's nature. He'll answer any question you have through what He has created. And sometimes people are always looking for that audible voice. They're looking for, hey, just tell me what I need to do verbally, and then I'll go do it. And honestly, God would do that if He didn't give us the gift of free will. If He didn't give us the ability to choose, and He didn't love us enough to allow us to make wrong and right choices so that we're not robots, well then, if we didn't have that free will, then yeah, absolutely, that would make so much sense. It makes so much sense. God, hey, just go ahead and spell it out in the sky for me what it is you want me to do. Go ahead and just write it right now, and I'll just read it and go do it. And that doesn't work that way. It never has and never will work that way, because there's absolutely no challenge in that. There's absolutely no work involved if God were to do that for each and every person. And I'm not saying God wants us to really truly work for what we have, but He does in a certain way, yeah. He doesn't want us to be ungrateful. It's one of those things where I think that most people don't realize that if in the Garden of Eden, if Adam and Eve never sinned, we would all just be in the Garden of Eden right now, just chilling, eating grapes, just having a great time, and nobody would appreciate it. Nobody would even know what it means to not have it. Nobody would be able to truly say, hey, wow, this has been taken from me and I've earned it back, and now I really truly value it. And that's what this is all about. We're on this earth to learn how to value our life and to learn how to value what God has done. We're not here to have fun for 80 years and then die and then go have more fun for millions of years. No, we're here to learn how to value. This is a testing ground. This is a battlefield, if you will. We're learning how to earn our stripes every single day. And I love it. I love it. I love the challenge. I love the fact that we can be persecuted for what we believe in and still stay faithful, and God can reward us for that, because we are in a world that is not of God. This world is very much Satan's dominion. He has power over this earth. That's why we as Christians say that we are not of this world, because we don't want to be of this world. This world is not us. This is not what we don't want to associate and identify ourselves as like an earthling or a worldling. We're not that kind of person. We have died to ourselves. So, but long story short, this trip is supposed to be one of those things where I get out there in nature and just completely step away from all the norms, step away from all the thoughts and feelings and just all that kind of stuff that honestly is not going to get me or anyone anywhere. And I'm excited. I'm barely outside the city limits right now. I got a while to go, but I'll be keeping you guys posted, with just kind of what's going on right now, because it's important to me to have that. It's important for me to have not only have that inner peace and creativity, but it's also important to share that with other people. Because it's one thing if you become a millionaire and you make thousands of dollars a week or whatever people say, but it's another thing if you can actually share not only how you did it with other people, but you can share with those people and say, hey, you know what, it's not about money. Let's just all be a team. Let's just all be a team. Let's work together on this. And I know it's so easy to say, but it's just so not easy to do. But it's all a matter of where your heart is. I mean, the abundance of the heart is where the mouth speaks. So if your heart is full of money, then you're just going to talk about money all the time. If your heart is full of serving other people, then all you're going to do is serve other people all the time. And honestly, if you could just find a way to truly fall in love with servitude and fall in love with being second to others, I mean, that's where true success lies, is the people that help everyone else get what they want. If you look at in the history of Zig Ziglar, one thing he always talks about is, how do you get exactly what you want? You just help everybody else get exactly what they want, and that's how you find what you want. And people will get in the circumstance of like, well, that's not true, because if you spend all your time helping other people, you'll never get your stuff done. It's like, but when you really think about it, what is your stuff? Like, what would you identify as your stuff? Because to me, if I have to think about my stuff, my problems are money related. Sometimes my own mentality kind of gets in my way. I kind of get in front of myself and stop myself from doing what I need to do. Fear, doubt, lack of faith. Honestly, I mean, I know that's the same thing. It's the opposite of fear is faith, but there's a lot of things, walls that are put up in your life that prohibit you from truly finding what you're looking for. I mean, really what you're looking for is only about 20 feet away. It's about 20 feet away. There just happens to be like 10 walls between you and it. And if you can learn how to destroy those walls, then you can learn how to get what you want. And the funny thing is people don't realize that the more people you help, the more people can help you tear your walls down too. The more people you help, it's a lot easier to have 50 people tearing down walls in each person's life than to have one person tearing down his own walls. I mean, after a while, you get pretty burned out, removing bricks. But here's the thing, if you've got camaraderie, if you've got teamwork, if you've got the ability to serve others, and then in turn they serve you, because it's a two-way street, then I don't really think there's any wall that can stand in the way of what you want, because that wall is going to fall just at the sight of how many people are pursuing it. So, but that's all I got. I'm excited, man. It's the time is something. I have no idea what it is. It's 2:40 p.m. So I'm thinking I'll probably be where I'm supposed to be about 5 o'clock. So I got a little bit of daylight left to play around with, and I'll be coming back home. But we'll see. The sky is the limit when you're out there in the world by yourself. When you're with somebody else, it's so easy just to kind of do something that everyone's familiar with because you're trying to appease that person. There ain't nobody in this car, so I'm not trying to appease anybody. I'm just trying to figure out what God wants me to do. And the best way to do that is just to start driving, and when He tells me where to go, when He points out something that kind of shows interest to me, well, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because that's my calling. So, appreciate you guys listening. Stay tuned for more. If this ends up on YouTube, I don't know if I'm going to put it on YouTube or not. My channel is pretty much dead still right now. I mean, I'm in the beginning phases of really honestly getting out there and kind of learning like the ropes of the online streaming place. You know, I don't really, I'm an old-fashioned dude. You know, I try to learn all that stuff and all the technology and crazy stuff, but honestly, you know, I just want to spend time with people, and so if I can do that through YouTube, that's great. This might end up on YouTube then, but like I said, I mean, that's not my primary, that's not the reason I do these videos. It's not to sit there and get a bunch of views or anything like that. It's just to share my life with other people. And but if you are watching this on YouTube and you do want to like and subscribe, I would appreciate that. That actually does go a long way. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I'm excited about the future. 2016 is going to be an amazing year. I can already speak that outwardly. I can say that 2016 will be the most influential year of my life. I can already tell just based on all the things that are happening. And the nice thing about saying that is every year I can try to top that. But yeah, we'll see. I appreciate you guys listening.